Hello, viewers. Welcome to Hope Channel South Sudan and to the program Women of Faith. My name is Malera Amna, and I'm your host. In this program, we talk about empowerment of women and their spiritual life and women's coexistence within the community. And today we have a special guest, Miss Claire Kiden. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Amuna. As introduced by the host, I'm Claire Kiden, and I want to take this opportunity to thank you for inviting me in this program of Women of Faith. I also give thanks to God for allowing me to be part of this program as we discuss the role of women in the church today.
Thank you so much for your time. So we'll begin with the first question. What is the contribution of women in the growth and mission of the church today?
Women have played a very significant role in the church. We see that women take the large portion of the church membership. So their active participation has really supported the church growth.
Yes.
And also, secondly, we see that women nurture spiritual growth. Mm-hmm. Women participate in mentoring. Women also participate in counseling, yes, in children ministries. Yes. So this helps to nurture faith in new believers. Yes. The other thing also, women are so effective in evangelism and also in church mission. We see that women have done their part in Bible studying, in teaching, and also in leading departments. So their ability to build relationships compassionately has also drawn more people to the church. Yes. Women also have helped in strengthening families. We know very well that family is essential to the church mission. Yeah. So women being mothers, wives, guardians, caregivers have instilled Christian values in the children and the people they take care of. Yes. So this has helped to develop spiritual growth in the family, and this has supported the church growth. Then also the other thing, we see women demonstrating leadership and organization. Mm-hmm. In our Seventh-day Adventist Church, we have a women ministry program department. As this has enabled the leaders of these departments to reach out to women and encourage them to come up in the church mission.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That reminds me, when events like the women ministries have, when events have been arranged by the women ministry, even those that on a daily basis will not appear in front of the church will come up. You'll see women coming up to present, to sing, to go to the prison ministries, to the orphanage. Women have really come up, so you can see how spiritually they are nurturing. That takes me to the question that what are the challenges that women face in serving the church today? Now that we have seen there's a lot that they do, what challenges do they face?
First of all, in some churches, we find that there is limited leadership roles given to the women. For example, some women are limited to some responsibilities like elders, like pastors, or some senior administrative opportunities. Yes. So this has limited them from growing their gift of serving.
Yes.
And also the other thing, as we have looked at, that women also have responsibilities in families or maybe also their work. So you find that it is very difficult for them to balance, which has really been emotionally and physically challenging. And also the other thing, some women are biased generally because they think some leadership in church is specifically for men. Yes. So this has demotivated them from participating in church leadership.
Yes.
And then also the other thing is in some churches, you find that women have limited access to financial and educational support. So they lack these resources to help them move the mission. And then also the other thing that we see is women, especially those who get involved in doing community outreach, you find that some are done in an environment that is not safe.
Yes.
So they end up facing harassment, others face discrimination, and then others also face language barrier.
Yes.
So some of these challenges have really limited, even though some women may come out willing to do the God's mission, but some of these challenges have really limited them. The other thing is also there's lack of mentorship. Yes, some women are not given the opportunity maybe to attend some seminars that can improve the way they can serve. Some of them are not getting the access to counseling. They are not given the chance to look at what the God has done with those that have been serving, like in the Bible times. So all these have limited their service in church.
I can closely relate with the language barrier.
Yes.
Given our context in South Sudan, there is different variations of the Arabic language. So you find it is hard to understand one another. But through it all, women have been persistent. And the good thing is that they have come up to take the extra step to visit these people despite the barrier. Okay. So in your opinion, how do you think the church can better support and empower these women in ministry?
The church really has a lot that it can do. First of all, the church has to encourage the women to develop their spiritual gifts and use them. The church can also affirm and appreciate their contribution in the ministry. Then also the other thing, the church should create opportunities where the women can participate in some of the leadership workshops and seminars so that it can help to build their talents.
Yes.
And then also women should be given the opportunity to have education and then also mentoring services. Yes, because so that they are able to see what they can do and what they can't and how they can be guided. And also the other thing, when you look at now their services, like in community outreach, like we have said, that some of them face discrimination. So the church has to provide those safety measures, security measures, how they should let them move in a group. And then they should also provide the translators, especially in areas where they are serving and they have language barrier. Yes. And then also the other thing, the church should encourage respect for women. Like I said, some women face discrimination. Some of them are gender biased. So the church should encourage respect for women in their ministry.
Thank you so much. You highlighted on the respect part. I think that takes us to the community. This program empowers women beyond the spiritual part up to the community level. So now we can see at the community level what is expected of us as Christians, as people. That when we learn to appreciate the value of women and what they stand for in life, and then we will give them the due respect their gender commands. So that tells us that we also have a role to play in the community. Dear viewers, it's something to pick from this lesson today, that out there, let us watch out for our fellow women, just as we give men the respect for being the heads and for being the continuation of life, continuation of society. Let us not forget the women, and therefore we should treat them as valuable as they are. Thank you so much. Now that takes me to the biblical part.
Um,
If you can recall from the Old Testament to the New Testament, there has been several women that have been very outstanding, and they went beyond the spiritual side. There were those who were politicians, there were those who were prophets. So, how do they influence us in the present day, in our growth, in our spiritual growth?
Okay, so in the history of the Bible, we see examples of women who influenced in leadership and delivering, and God used them to guide and protect His people. For example, Miriam. Yes, we read about Miriam, who was a prophetess.
Yes.
We also read about Deborah in Judges, who was a judge, who was a prophetess also. And then also we look at Esther, who God used to save His
The queen,
people.
yes.
So these women in the Bible times have really influenced when it comes to leadership. We also look at the women in the Bible history as women who supported Christ's ministry. For example, Mary the Magdalene, she was one of the most faithful disciples of Jesus, and she witnessed Christ's resurrection.
Yes.
We also read about Martha and also Mary of Bethany. So women have been really so influential from the Bible times. And also the other thing, in Acts, we read about Lydia, who opened her home for church mission. That is in Acts 16 from verse 14 to 15. Then we also read about Priscilla, who preached the gospel alongside the husband. Yes. So in the Bible times, these women have influenced that even today in modern times, women have come out to be effective in evangelism through Bible study, through teaching, missionary work. Then also women have been so influential today in the education and health ministries. We find that many women now have opened up schools. We have women who have opened up charity organizations.
Yes.
We have seen them also opening up hospitals in this way to serve and show the compassionate life of Jesus Christ. Yes. And also today, women have continued to be role models to people through their Christ-like living, and then also through mentoring and counseling. So this is how the women role has really influenced both from the Bible history and also in the modern times.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Now, it takes me back to Priscilla. We can see that in that environment, they really didn't go all out, but in the comfort of their homes, they were able to progress the gospel. They were able to do their part in their Christian journey. So, and that tells us that wherever we are, in whatever capacity we are in, we can make a difference. So now we have come to the conclusion that now our guest will give us just the key point. What do you want our viewers out there to pick? If they forget anything, they should at least pick one or two. Maybe you can just wrap up one.
Okay, this will go to my fellow women out there. I'd like to tell you that God entrusted us with values, and God has used, as we have seen, has used very many women in the Bible to do His work.
Yes.
So it's the same thing that He has also entrusted us with. So let us not underestimate the value of our faith in God's mission.
Yes.
We know it is very hard sometimes, there are very many challenges, but let us stand steadfast. The church and the world needs our services, our compassionate serving, our mentorship, our counseling. The church needs it today and the world altogether. So let us remain committed in serving God with humility and love.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So, dear viewers, as we conclude, the scripture tells us that we are equal in equal standing when it comes to the matter of faith. Galatians chapter 3, verse 28 tells us that there is no Jew or Gentile, no slave nor free, and neither male nor female, but we are one in Christ. Therefore, in this journey that we have embarked on in our spiritual life and the roles we've been given in church, let us do it to perfection, and the Lord will give us the strength to continue this mission. Thank you so much for staying with us up to this moment. Until next time, God bless you all.